Welcome to World War II Indiana Landmarks, Episode 14, the National Medal of Honor Memorial in Indianapolis. I'm your host, Ron May, author of the book World War II Indiana Landmarks. We are back in downtown Indianapolis for this episode. On a warm and bright sunny afternoon on May 28, 1999, a new memorial was unveiled along the north bank of the Indiana Central Canal, just west of downtown Indianapolis. Close to 10,000 people crowded along the canal to honor the nearly 100 special guests who had come from different parts of the country to be honored and to help dedicate the memorial. The special guests, wearing their distinctive 5-point gold stars hanging from pale blue silk ribbons around their necks, were the living recipients of the nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor. A bill passed by Congress and signed by President Lincoln in 1861 resulted in the first Medals of Honor awarded to sailors and Marines during the Civil War. The following year, a similar Medal of Honor was created for the Army. In 1863, Congress made the Medal of Honor a permanent decoration and authorized it for all the services. The medals are awarded sparingly and are bestowed only to the bravest of the brave. It is the United States' highest military award for valor. The Medal of Honor is authorized for any military service member who distinguishes himself conspicuously by gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty. Over 1,500 of the medals, the most for any conflict, were awarded to brave service members during the Civil War. During World War II, 472 service members were presented with the medal. Presently, a total of 3,535 Medals of Honor have been awarded to 3,516 individuals. There are 65 living Medal of Honor recipients today. The memorial was the brainchild of John Hottewell, chairman of the Indianapolis Power and Light Company. In June 1998, he and his wife Caroline were moved by a story they read in the New York Times about the living Medal of Honor recipients at their annual convention and their challenges of combat memories and getting back to normal life at home. Inspired by the story, which brought them both to tears, they decided to help create a memorial in Indianapolis to honor all recipients of our nation's highest military medal. Groundbreaking for the memorial was held in November 1998, and construction began in January 1999. The two living Medal of Honor recipients with Indiana roots, Melvin Biddle and Sammy L. Davis, were invited to help pour the first load of cement and offer remarks. Eric Fulford and Ann Reed, a husband and wife landscape architect duo in Indianapolis, designed the monument. IPALCO provided the funding and served as sponsor for the $2.5 million project. The memorial consists of 27 emerald curved glass panels standing between 7 and 10 feet high. The panels are anchored to concrete bases resting on Indiana limestone and secured to each other by metal braces. Each panel has 2 layers. The exterior layer is translucent with decorative lines and swirls. The interior panel is clear glass. Etched on the glass panels are the names of the 3,515 Medal of Honor recipients, along with their rank and the location where they rendered their valorous service. The 15 walls of panels are grouped according to war periods, from the Civil War to the present. The sunrise that peeks over the majestic downtown skyline shines brilliantly upon the emerald glass memorial. So too, the setting sun from the west, as it shines through the translucent and clear glass and illuminates the names of the Medal of Honor recipients. The sun, however, is not the only light that shines upon the memorial. Motion sensor lights are installed between the dual glass panes and light up at night as a person walks past the memorial. Audio recordings summarizing the service of the recipients play from speakers installed around the memorial. The combination of lights and sounds brings the memorial to life each evening. There are 472 veterans of World War II who received the Medal of Honor, 10 of them from the state of Indiana. One name etched in the glass of the memorial's World War II section is a local hero from Indianapolis who served as an Army medic. William D. McGee was born in 1923 and graduated from Arsenal Technical High School in 1941. Enlisting in the Army in December 1942, he trained as a medic at Camp Bowie in Texas and was then assigned to the Medical Detachment K Company, 304th Infantry Regiment, 76th Infantry Division. Arriving in Europe in the spring of 1944, McGee's medical detachment was part of General George Patton's Third Army, which had pushed quickly across France and Belgium and was penetrating Germany. On March 18, 1945, McGee's unit crossed the Moselle River with plans to advance into Mulheim, Germany. As the first wave of men left their rafts and proceeded up the river's bank, they came upon an unknown minefield that had been laid by the retreating Germans. 2 men stepped on the mines and were grievously wounded. Abandoning caution, McGee disregarded his commanding officer's orders not to proceed, saying, "It is my duty to go after them." The medic bravely advanced alone across the minefield to retrieve the 2 men who had been injured. He reached the first one and brought him to safety. When McGee went back for the second injured man, he stepped on one of the mines and suffered fatal wounds from the blast. Other men from his unit wanted to rescue the bleeding and severely injured medic, but McGee, who was still conscious, refused aid and sternly pleaded for the men to stay back and not risk setting off another mine. McGee bled out and died in front of his comrades. He was 22 years old. McGee's Medal of Honor citation commemorates his valor and concludes with the words, "In making the supreme sacrifice, Private McGee demonstrated a concern for the well-being of his fellow soldiers that transcended all considerations for his own safety, and a gallantry in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service." 11 months after his death, on February 23, 1946, McGee was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. The award, along with the Purple Heart he earned for his injuries, was presented to his widow Ruth at Fort Benjamin Harrison in Indianapolis. McGee's widow, Ruth, made her own sacrifice when she chose to have the body of her beloved William permanently buried in the American Cemetery in Luxembourg City as a visible reminder of Americans' service in Europe. Like all Medal of Honor recipients buried in an American cemetery, his name and service information are engraved in gold, with a star above his name and the words Medal of Honor engraved at the bottom. I had the honor of visiting McGee's gravesite in 2016. The prime location of the Medal of Honor Memorial along the popular 3-mile downtown canal ensures that hundreds of people will pass by each day and be reminded of the heroic sacrifices of McGee and the other 3,500-plus recipients who have received our nation's highest military award for their valorous service. Incidentally, just a few blocks away from the Medal of Honor Memorial, inside the lobby of the Indiana War Memorial, you'll find a large bronze plaque that displays the names of all the Indiana Medal of Honor recipients. Learn more about the National Medal of Honor Memorial and the story of Army medic William McGee in my new book, World War II Indiana Landmarks, available for purchase on my website or wherever books are sold. And while on my website, check out my trilogy of Indiana World War II veteran service stories. Thanks for tuning in to this episode.